Hello everyone. Today we're going to look into a video in which we're going to learn a lot of vocabulary. At the same time, we're going to learn about a very special personality who has brought a lot of pride and a proud feeling for every Indian today. And I'm going to talk about, before I tell you what exactly we're going to learn about, and this video is definitely going to be helpful for you to prepare for your Capgemini because the vocabulary that I'm going to talk about or I'm going to share will be with reference to the older vocabulary, older tests that is where related to Capgemini. Capgemini tests which had vocabularies which I want to share. Okay, in the past they had it, so there are more chances for it to be following the same trend to follow this year as well. So we will get started. And firstly, I would like to say that if a person, when they're learning vocabulary, the major problem that a person goes through is like they do not connect it. They do not connect it. Instead, they just memorize. So I would like to introduce another technique wherein you connect it to an individual or to a person, to a incident or something where you can learn it with the help of a small story. This is more of a small story through which you can learn the vocabulary. And today, the person I'm going to take, I've taken for that kind of help is Miss Vani Lekra, probably a very famous name, which many of the Indians are talking about today. And people who are not sure about this person, the person has actually won a couple of medals for us in the Paralympics that is just got over on the 5th, on the 5th of September. Okay. And we are very proud of this particular individual. And I'm going to just share a story. In the meantime, we're going to learn 10 vocabularies. Okay, 10 or 12 vocabularies which are related, uh, uh, which could help me to narrate a story. Okay, so let's get started. So as we rightly know, Avani Lekra. So who is Miss Avani Lekra? She has won one gold and a bronze this year in her shooting. So, and this person is actually disabled, and this person, I would say, like she's differently abled. She's not disabled. She's differently abled, where a person who's actually brought in a lot of laurels for a country. So, firstly, we'll start narrating her story. So at the age of 10, a person that is Avani, along with the family, she traveled to a distant place. A distant is a place which takes, a distant is like, as you know, that it takes a lot of time for us to reach the place. And it can also be at a particular distance, much farther than that we expect. That is termed as distant. And while she was traveling, it was quite unfortunate where she was stuck with an accident where her entire family went through a bizarre situation. And by then, in fact, because of the accident, Avani herself was wretched by that incident because she found herself into a very helpless situation, and she was in fact wretched means something unfortunate where she was not able to like she was not in a situation to actually understand where she was. It's more of being unhappy about herself. So she was unhappy about the situation, and she went into a timid state. Timid as being less in confidence. She doesn't have a lot of confidence. She started feeling bad about her own ability. I mean, because all of a sudden she was not sure what to do next. So she was unsure about it. That is when a lot of people, onlookers, were actually trying to say like she would be just another person, a differently abled person, and her life will be with correspondence to just another differently abled person's life. So correspondence is what in relation with. So it is going to be it's going to be no way different. It's going to be the same life of another person who is differently abled. By then, what happened was this kind of a statement was made because she was restrained to a what do you call it, restrained to a wheelchair, which means she was in control. She was taken in control by a wheelchair throughout her life because it was a permanent disability. So she had to overcome that. Okay, so she had to overcome that. She didn't know how to overcome it. So that is when the Olympic gold medalist that we had, Mr. Abhinav Brindra. Yes, so his book came into to her help, where she started reading it, a short to history, a short towards history. So that was our book. Okay, a short to history is the book. Okay, to be very precise with the name, a short to history. So that book came to her. Came to her help, and she started reading the book. And if I would say, she was just like another differently able person, just like how people predicted it would be mendacious. So mendacious is like what? I am lying. It would be I lying, because what came up later was really ironic. Ironic was like totally opposite. When everyone predicted her to be bogged down and doing nothing effective, she came out with a ironic reply, which means unexpected reply. So what she did is like she didn't want to lament herself, or lament with what has happened in her life. Lament is like what? You start mourning about what has happened to you, or you start talking negative things about yourself, or you start being what? A victim of a situation and start thinking negative holistically. So she didn't want to do that. Instead, she took up a decision, which according to a lot of people was like reckless, because she had to take 7 to 8 hours of training every day. So a reckless decision. What do you mean by a reckless decision? A decision which could take in a lot of tough times, and it was like it doesn't have a limit. So that is termed as a reckless decision. But she took up that decision because it gave her a lot of gratification. So gratification is more of happiness. It gave her a lot of, greater, gave her a lot of confidence, made her feel good about herself. So that was it. So that led to continuous practice of 7 to 8 hours a day, which had led to two medals for our country this particular year in Paralympics. And we are all proud of this person, particular person called Avani Lekra. She's just 19 years old. At the age of 10, she lost, she had a permanent disability towards her because of the accident. And today she has made sure that the country speaks about her. And how she is also, how are we getting benefited? We're also getting to know about her. At the same time, we have learned 10 different vocabularies which could help me to explain about her situation. A very proud feeling. And I just want you guys to learn it this way. This can make your life easy to learn vocabularies. Just connect it to an individual whom you inspire and just learn those vocabularies. So I would like to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for your time and patience. See you people. Bye bye.